Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Missouri School Boards Association's Board Report for the month of October. We thank you for the opportunity to share some news and information during a few minutes of your board meeting. We begin with a look at the recent 2020 MSBA Annual Conference in cooperation with the Missouri Association of School Administrators, where nearly 800 school board members and administrators gathered virtually this year to learn the latest about issues having an impact on their local school districts and to improve their leadership skills. One of the general session speakers at the annual conference this year was the director of the Centers for Disease Control, Dr. Robert Redfield, who joined the conference from his office in Atlanta. Redfield encouraged conference participants to open school buildings, but he added it must be done in a safe and sensible way. He said it's in the public health interest to get back to face-to-face learning when possible, since schools provide many important services to children in addition to education.
People don't realize how many of our children actually get mental health services in the context of school. They don't realize how many get nutritional support. They don't realize the importance of school in recognizing the sadness of child abuse. They don't realize the important psychological impact that it has for children to be able to interact with other children in the safety of a school that's doing this safely and sensibly.
He added, when school leaders are making decisions about in-person school, it's important to understand the community spread of COVID-19.
And a majority of the individual students that have been diagnosed in schools across our nation, they didn't get infected in the school. They actually got infected in the community. So one of the critical things that I keep asking people who want to help control COVID in schools is to do everything you can to control the infection rate in your community. And that's quite dynamic, county by county.
Dr. Redfield said the CDC stands ready to provide technical assistance to school districts as they navigate this challenging time. He called the coronavirus pandemic the most significant public health crisis that the nation and world have confronted in more than 100 years. During her remarks to conference participants, MSBA President Linda Daugherty from the NICSA Board of Education said school board members and administrators have risen to the occasion as leaders in their school districts during the COVID-19 pandemic, often making difficult decisions to allow education to continue during the new school year.
You probably haven't heard the words thank you very often during the past few months, but I'm here today to say thank you. Thank you for your service to your communities. In school district after school district throughout Missouri, school board members and administrators have shown what true leadership is all about. I could not be prouder than I am now to call myself a school board member. Now we have more issues before us, not just challenges, but real opportunities to move our school districts forward, to be innovative, and to truly have an educational system that meets the needs of all students so they can be successful in their futures.
She added, it has become more apparent than ever that our public schools play an essential role in our economic recovery and in thriving communities. Missouri's 2021 Teacher of the Year, Darian Cockrell, was part of the 2020 MSBA Annual Conference. He is a physical education teacher at an elementary school in Lindbergh in St. Louis County. Cockrell says Missouri is fortunate to have so many high-quality educators in districts throughout the state.
Students are telling me every day how excited they are to be taught by the best teacher in the state of Missouri, but I have to quickly remind them that I am just one of a large group of amazing teachers that we have here in this great state, and that all the students in this state are extremely lucky to have amazing teachers who have the love, the passion, and support for everything that their students do to make sure that they are successful.
Like many educators this year, Cockrell has taken his talents to the virtual realm by creating high-energy instructional videos to help students stay motivated and active during remote learning. The 2020 annual conference concluded with a panel discussion featuring previous Missouri Teachers of the Year. One of them, Melissa Grandel of the Fordland School District in southwest Missouri, said teachers throughout the state are doing amazing work under stressful and demanding conditions.
The teachers in my district and across the state have been truly incredible. I think parents would be amazed at the hard work and the hours that teachers have been putting in to make sure every single student gets exactly what they need this year. Without a doubt, it is definitely one of the most difficult times we have faced in education, but it's also so exciting because educators are being incredibly innovative and they're solving problems and finding ways to meet inequities like never ever before.
MSBA's Delegate Assembly met virtually during the annual conference to vote on the position statements that will form the basis of MSBA's advocacy work in Jefferson City and Washington, D.C. for the coming year. Among the new position statements approved by delegates was one supporting a change in the foundation formula that decreases reliance on student daily attendance as the basis for state funding, an issue that has arisen during the coronavirus pandemic. Another position statement adopted by the Delegate Assembly seeks to close the homework gap through federal legislation and funding to address the technology needs of students, including broadband internet capabilities for school districts and communities. Every school board belonging to MSBA is eligible to send at least one voting delegate to MSBA's Delegate Assembly. That's it for this month's edition of the MSBA Board Report. Thanks for allowing us to have some time at your board meeting, and so long from Columbia.